Okay, don't adjust your monitors. Yes, this is really me. Now, I suppose you were expecting me to do something like my previous review. And to be honest, I was. Normally I would. I don't normally come before the camera. I asked in the Elfen Lead review what someone would like me to review next. Now, I got emails and messages and all sorts of things over Skype. I got a few emails, I got a few messages in YouTube. The most consistent request that I got was for an anime called Deadmans Wonderland. Now, this anime is quite recent, so I had a bit of trouble finding footage for it. Now, I could find it to watch it, but I couldn't find it to download and put it onto and edit it up. You know, chop it up and show you a few things, like I did with Elfen Lied, which I have back there. It's, excuse the mess, we're doing a bit of a renovation around the house, and everything's packed away, but I still have Elfen Lied, which is what I did. I pretty much brought it onto here and chopped it up, added a voiceover. Simple. This wasn't so simple. And originally I was going to do something else, but I sat down and I watched Deadmans Wonderland, and I want to talk about it. I really do. So instead I'm going to talk to you person to person, otaku to otaku, anime lover to anime lover. I hope you'll bear with me on this because, hang on. Because I really have a lot to say. So let's get the premise out of the way. The main character is a schoolboy who is framed for a murder, or massacre really, that he doesn't commit. And he is sent to a special prison called Deadmans Wonderland, where it's a privately owned prison, where the inmates are forced to perform in front of an audience of paying customers in order to bring in the funds, and with deadly consequences. These things are, you know, and seeing as they're death row inmates, it's not considered wrong or something. It's like this weird dystopian future, so to speak. It may sound like something you've seen before a bajillion times. I know when I heard about it that I thought, yeah, I'm not going to enjoy this. It's something I've heard before, I've heard a bajillion times before, I'm not going to want to see it, or if I do see it, I feel like I've seen it before. Now, this is where I was actually wrong. And I'll tell you something that nearly put me off, and if you hear about it, I think it will almost put you off as well. But listen, where have you heard this before? The inmates, right, special inmates, right, they only have a set amount of time to live. And if they perform these duties, they get special points. And the points earn them rewards, and that could be more time before they die. Now, how they kill them is very simple. They set a special collar around their neck, and after a certain amount of time, the collar will kill them. Battle Royale. I honestly thought it was special, but I wouldn't mind if it was they couldn't put it on the wrist. That's what I was thinking. What, you couldn't put it around the wrist, you had to put it around the neck? I thought Battle Royale. I thought complete rip-off. But, even though the setup is familiar, the plot is familiar, the characters are familiar, bit, so to speak. You mean you've got the usual stuff, the tough warden, the innocent kid who shouldn't be there, the dick cheese corporate bastard. Even though it's all familiar, the execution is a bit different. And that's what I enjoyed most about this. I really did enjoy this. I actually haven't had as much fun with an anime in quite a long time as I did with Deadmans Wonderland. And that's what really is. It is quite unique. And I've only seen the first 3 episodes. I don't know how it ends. I don't know what's going on. I can sort of guess where it's going. But at the same time, I'm intrigued to see where it goes. And that's the sign of a good anime. An anime hasn't hooked me with its premise in quite a while, since one of my favourite animes, which I'll talk about one day, for a long time. You know, you get one of these animes, Now, there are two kinds of animes. Ones that slip completely under the radar and the premise doesn't interest me, yet when I watch it, I think it's a special gem. And there's one that the premise draws me in so well that I kind of feel overwhelmed by it, if a bit underwhelmed by the payoff. Deadmans Wonderland is one of those. The premise is familiar. You've heard this story before. It's about the innocent guy who is set into prison and he has to prove his innocence. We've heard it all before. The execution, very unique. And I enjoyed it very much. I mean, still enjoying it. I haven't finished watching it. I'm intrigued to see where it goes. You should too. This is definitely a special gem, and I can't wait to see where it goes with it. It isn't, I don't even think it's been released in English yet, and when it is, I can't wait. Funimation have bought it, as they do with everything these days. And there's so many people. Greg Urs is going to be playing the main character. Aaron Dismuke, who doesn't get enough parts in my opinion, is going to be in it as well. I can't wait to see where that goes. It'll be interesting to see if he pulls it off. Aaron, as you know, Alphonse Elric. That's all I need to say. Alphonse. I think he's a very underrated voice actor. He needs more parts. So, it'll be interesting to see where he goes with that. In the Japanese version, now here's the thing. One of my favourite voice actresses is actually the main character, Romy Park, who plays it brilliantly. She, very, very, exactly what it needed to be. I won't spoil what it needs to be because you have to watch it, and I can't really describe what it needs to be as well. Everything's done right. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the anime that draws me in, but it does. It does, and it's very interesting. That's my 2 cents on it. I can't really say anything else. I haven't seen it through to the end. I'll probably do a follow-up when I have. I'll, give it justice. I'll get the clips. I'll do a proper review. But that's all I have to say about it. I'm sorry I couldn't really give you the official thing yet. But it's all I could do. I couldn't find the clips. It's relatively new, so you have to expect that. But yeah, I really enjoy it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. I know I said that about last week, but this one, you really won't be disappointed. It really is paying off, and I hope it stays in its stride. Many animes I know tend to really fall apart towards the end. That's because the build-up can never, ever, the build-up is so good that the payoff doesn't quite work out. That would be the only worry I'd have about this. The build-up is working so well that I'm scared the payoff won't work. Won't live up to the build-up. That's all I've really got to say about it. So yeah, it's amazing so far. Check it out.